Hey everybody, it's your boy WeezyFMamba, and welcome to the realm, my YouTube channel. This will be my first content created video where it's pre-recorded. All of the videos that I've uploaded so far have been clips and games from my live streams over on Twitch. You guys can catch me live on Twitch every day from 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, streaming Evil Dead the game. Head on over to Twitch. The link will be in the description, and or you can just search WeezyFMamba. Same tag, same handle as my YouTube channel. Today's agenda: we are going to go ahead and talk to you guys about what I think are the best builds for each class in the Splatter Royale mode in Evil Dead the game. If you don't know what that is, it is the brand new update that happened last week that just got hot fixed today, as well with some bug fixes and such. For the Splatter Royale mode. It's basically Saber's intent was to create a battle royale mode. Sorry, I'm fumbling my words. A battle royale mode um, based around the franchise of Evil Dead. So it's fucking awesome, man. Let's get right to it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and hop on over. So you guys can see a little bit better. We are gonna go ahead and show you guys the builds here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go over them directly, and kind of how everything works. These builds are way more extensive, way more confusing than the asymmetrical side of this game. So let's get to it. As far as the skins go, these are once again just skins, folks. There is no statistical advantage for anything outside of a few things. So I'm going to give you guys a few pointers on the skins. There is hitbox in this game, as well as hiding smaller spaces. If you are a thicker character, it's going to be harder for you to hide, as well as using possess survivors, knowing that it's going to be. There is AI on the map of the basic and elite units that you will see throughout the game, with real live players on there as well. So it's a mix of live players and AI mobs. So first set of tips, pointers: always go with a thinner skin, just because the hitbox is smaller. If you really want to use a survivor, I would definitely recommend Kelly, Annie, basically any of the hunter skins. They're very thin. Amanda. Okay, stay away from Henry and Blacksmith because they're thick boys. Okay, but here is the goat skin of the game, and the skin that I use at all times is one of the basic elites from the Plaguebringer. Look at how thin this character is. Okay, easily can be signed behind the wall. The head is very small. Okay, so this is definitely the best skin to use. I have 46 Splatter Royale victories already at the time of recording this video. Okay, so we do see people that like to use this skin. Right? For example, look at how thick, how tall this skin is, right? The hitbox, the head is massive. I would stay far away from the pit deadite, especially Henrietta. I mean, come on, that's a walking target. Same with Evil Ash. Any of the boss units, I would say just stay away from. Okay, so here's another tip. If you are new to this game, there is an asymmetrical side to this franchise as well. And hunters are really good with ranged weapons, and warriors are really good with melee weapons. Something that we are accustomed to seeing is, oh shit, there's a Henry, he's a tank and good with melee. But you can use this skin You can use any skin with any of these classes, okay? So a good tip that I have, and what I started off using before I switched to just using this basic unit, is I was running ranged character or range. I was running Marksman builds with this Henry skin and running Butcher builds with this Kelly skin, right? To kind of throw the opponent off is um, we, as people that have played the asymmetrical side, are accustomed to seeing that hunter skins, aka this Kelly skin, for example, has slaps with guns. But if you kind of play a trick on it and use a butcher build, aka a melee build with a hunter skin or a ranged build with a warrior skin, it kind of throws people off. So that's something cool too if you guys really want to use the survivors on that side. So kind of just switch, make it the opposite. But once again, the main thing here is stay away from thick characters, stay away from definitely from the boss units. Just use the basic units because not only are they thinner, but they also blend in with other mobs that are on the Splatter Royale maps. Once again, they do have AI that spawn as well outside of all the other players that are joining. All right. Now that the explanation's done, let's get to it, folks. Let's start with the assassin build, and we're going to go down the line, and we're going to make it pretty quick, but I'm going to show you why these are a little bit difficult, okay? Before we get into that, I have to read. Assassins have a remarkable amount of stamina and deal devastating melee damage at the expense of reduced health and range damage. So, there are people that say we should spec into health and range because it's already low for them. But you guys have to remember when making these builds, it is not assassin is got a reduced health pool or reduced range damage pool. It literally just means that when you buff their melee, their range and health goes down in the skill tree. Everybody starts off at an even playing field, and their trees are built around said stuff. So you will see. So, what you want to do is, again, just make sure that you are rocking melee with assassin and try and get as much cardio back up as possible when it comes to stamina and artful dodger. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go through it. Range damage. They already, once again, we don't want to use ranged with an assassin. So we will use this one. Obviously, 5 out of 5 melee damage. And as you can see, there's positive and negatives to each trait, except for a final one, which I'll show you. Melee damage, 1.5%. Range damage, negative 1.5%. So that is something that we want to do. Okay, so this headshot damage is the negative on this perk. Stamina is raised, right? We definitely want more stamina. Okay, so headshot damage, once again, we are trying to stay away from ranged weapons in this mode. So always go 5 out of 5 on those two. Now, Artful Dodger lowers the stamina cost, right? Which of course sounds great, but it also lowers your health. So we're only going to put 1 point here because we gotta stay healthy in this match or in this mode. The next one is shield bar length is the negative. Once again, it's super easy to just keep popping amulets. And again, length of the shield bar is not that important. So max it out. And then of course, max out once again, Artful Dodger here because range damage we are trying to stay away from on the assassin build. We're going to skip all this stuff because we want to get melee damage. So a lot of these are going to be at the top. Okay. What assassins are really good at are dodging, avoiding, and melee damage up close. So again, this build is strictly meant for this. We do have to put 2 here, 3 here, and then that way we can get to here because guess what? We don't need This one doesn't have a negative. So this is strictly lowering the stamina. This is the max cardio one. Okay. So this is really good. So the top of the tree, once again, will be paying attention, close attention to if it negatively affects my health or stamina, I try and not put as many points into it. And this is going to be the trend for each 4 classes. So here, once again, light attack damage, again, which is great, but I do not want to lose my maximum health. Okay. So I do the light attack damage here maxed because I don't give a fuck about range damage. Melee. Great. I want to be a melee character as an assassin, but losing more than almost 4.5% of my maximum health is horrendous. Skipping. Okay. Headshot damage. Once again, we're going to skip that because, or we're going to max that out because I'm not using guns. So this is where we want to max out the melee damage here. This one is shield bar length, which again is just basically an extra filler point to get there. Damage and attack speed. Assassin weapon mastery on fast and very fast weapons. This mode thrives in 3-speed and 5-speed weapons. The best weapons in Splatter Royale are going to be the syringes and the hunting knife, shortly followed by the meat cleaver, the machete, the meat hammer, and the improvised spear, and the hand axe, which are going to be your 3-speed weapons. Okay. Again, just look. All you have to do is look. Okay. One-handed, great, but again, we're not going to really spec into that because what if I get a 2-handed weapon? I have to, right? Reload speed, again, no one cares. And then max ammo capacity, I am not picking up ammo as much as I can with the assassin build. And we're going to max out the weapon master melee. Okay? This is huge, and it makes the assassin virtually really, really good at endgame. When it's close quarters and tight quarters, melee is great. This is the God Assassin build. Let's move on to Marksman. Clearly, this is going to be a ranged build. As you can see, we are not going to care about anything related to melee. All right? We're strictly trying to get range here. So, as you can see, the first perk here in the top left, we did headshot damage 1 because I don't want to lose my health. I forgot to read, I'm sorry. Marksmen are exceptional shooters and proficient in resource management at the expense of reduced stamina and melee damage, right? So again, you want to have as much health as you can in this mode. So we're not going to go 5 out of 5 here because it's going to lower my maximum health by 3%. Fuck that, right? Let's skip this tier right here because this is where it gets dicey. 5 out of 5. Increased range damage, but reduces melee damage. Who cares, right? We're doing that. Ammo. Again, the negative effects on maxing out your ammo as a ranged character, or as a ranged class, I should say, is heavy and light attack damage, which again is melee related. We don't care about that. Same here. 5 out of 5 on this Shemp's Cola because it reduces the negative effect is my melee, which again I don't care about. Okay, I didn't go this route because it's going to lower the maximum health. Like normally I would invest in more Shemps, like more healing items, but not healing items, but healing percentage. But it's a really bad negative effect as well. Okay. Now, you would think that increasing the range damage would be the best here, but let me show you. First off, recoil does not matter in a third-person shooter. Spread does not matter in this game mode when you're using a revolver most of the time. Revolver is the best gun in the game, shortly followed by the blunderbuss, which doesn't really have spread. Okay, so we're going to avoid this whole thing. And here's why we're going to avoid hollow points from here on out, outside of the top, right? Increase the range damage, but lose 3% maximum health. for only 1% gain of range damage. That's a terrible trade. Range damage. Gain 1% range damage, lose 10% stamina regeneration. That's an even worse trade. Range damage. 1%, lose 5% stamina cost. All of these horrendous. Same again. 1 range damage, 5% stamina cost, and then 1% range damage, and lose 5% stamina. All of these have such a bad negative effect that we're going to go skipping. Reason. We go up here. Deadly from a distance. It just increases the range damage from targets that are further away, which is great if you're using a blunderbuss or a revolver, because they have insane range. So light attack damage. I'm going to do lights in this mode. Heavy attack swings are worthless in this mode. Do not do heavies in Splatter Royale. Okay? 5 out of 5. Deadly from a distance. I'm going to put that there because I don't need heavy attack damage. One-handed melee, two-handed melee. Look, all of these are melee negatives, and as a marksman, I don't care. So this is why we plump down all of these here. Melee damage, 5 out of 5. Shield bar length, once again, is worthless in this game. You pop a shield, you get a full shield bar anyway. Maximum stamina. I do not want to lose my stamina in this mode, so I only put 1 point here. Light attack damage, heavy attack damage. Once again, is melee related. We don't care if we are a marksman. We are going full-blown damage with weapon range. Ranged weapons. And then weapon mastery range. Here is your God Marksman build. Take your screenshot, pause the video, build it yourself. Again, also, I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, these are all level 60 maxed out Splatter Royale builds. All right. Up next is Commando. Now, this is the hardest one to build. This is the worst class of the 4. So I would stay far away from this. I'm not really going to go over it quick. I'm going to go over it quick because it's just all over the fucking place. Look how many things we use here. This is terrible tree. Okay? This one makes sense if I want to go melee, right? And lose 1% range damage. Range damage is negative. Okay? But this is the best build. I spent about 20 minutes looking at everything on this build just to get here. Because the negatives affect the positives, and then it cancels ones out up here and down here, and they're just awful. This is a really bad tree. So again, I would just stay far away. I still made it ranged, but what I essentially did, and big shout out to Sohinki for kind of giving me the idea. Check him out on Twitch as well. Was making this a ranged, a more tankier marksman, essentially. We're not really doing much melee. Even though I do max it here, it's only because I have to get to the next tier of points. Okay. Industrial strength, again, great for maximum health, but lose 5% stamina cost. Same here. This is why we only put 1 point in. Stamina cost. I had to put 2 points here, but it is a positive trade for 3% more health. This is not positive, but it's only 0.2% difference. You know what? Let's do this. Let's put that here instead. I feel like this will be a better shot. Anyways, so let's do this. This is the build. And again, we kind of just spec into as much as we can for ranged damage. This is a great one. Increase the damage dealt by the last bullet in the gun. This is a great perk for that if you're using a blunderbuss, revolver, or a hunting rifle. Headshot damage, of course, definitely need stamina as far as dodging and max ammo capacity. Again, guys, I'll probably never use this build, but this is, if you really like Marksman, this is the best build that I have looked at and found to be successful. Okay? And then, last but not least, the best class in the entire game. 40 of my 46 wins currently in Splatter Royale at this exact time have come with Butcher. And this tree is incredible. Incredible tree. They built this perfectly. And I'll tell you why. Everything that's positive is melee. Everything that's negative is ranged. And it matches perfectly. Okay? So we go 5 out of 5 here. 5 out of 5 here because look, that is melee damage, positive, range damage, negative. Health, positive, range damage, negative. Again, as a butcher, we are strictly trying to get up in your face with survivability and beat you to death with melee weapons. So ranged weapons does not matter to me as a butcher. And you still can use ranged weapons. You're just going to do reduced damage, which is fine. Survivability is key. This is why we have so many health perks. So let's talk about the top row real quick. I'll show you. 5 out of 5 here because range damage is negative. 1, 1, 1. All stamina problems here. All stamina negatives. We want to make sure our stamina, in fact, all 4 of these stamina negatives. So this is why we're only putting 1 point in each. That way we can get to the next tier. The 5th and final one here, 6th row, I should say, is strictly a positive. It's just buffing melee damage, which is, again, what you need in this game mode as a butcher. Melee damage. So when I have a negative effect on what I'm using the class for, I'm only going to put 1 in each. Again, remember, guys, I only use lights in this mode. Light attacks are way faster, and you can do more damage output in light attacks time than you would if you were to do heavy swings. So this is why I max out this one, because heavy attack damage does not affect me when I don't use heavies. So losing 2.5% in heavy attack damage is not a problem for me. Maximum health. We're raising it up. We are tanks. Tanks. Okay? This one, only filler points here, guys. Only filler points to get to the last part, which is this build here. Final hit damage, and then damage when you're below a certain health threshold, you get an extra 2%. Yep. Don't care about range damage here, so this is fine. And then the last row here, again, is going to be your Tougher Than Hell, which is essentially your damage reduction. Melee damage. I don't want to put more than 1 out of there because I don't want to lose any more melee damage. Range damage. Fuck it. Put 5 out of 5. Don't care. And then the last one is just damage reduction, positive. No negative effects. Clearly, our final perk is Weapon Master Melee because we are a butcher. 5% more damage, 5% more attack speed. And then the bottom row is the shields. And this is where shields do matter as a butcher. You kind of want to invest your pink fucks into that specific way. Shield bar length, stamina cost. I don't want to lose stamina. Stamina, shield bar length. Again, shield bar length doesn't mean shit. Okay? I don't care. So we don't want any of these. But we want to get here. 2.5% damage reduction every time that I have an amulet popped. Headshot damage is the negative here. I'm not going to be using ranged weapons as a butcher. And then 2 out of 5 here. And 5 out of 5 here. Again, this is only 2 out of 5 because of the filler point. It gives me 1% more damage reduction. Yo, hold up. You know what I just realized, folks? Check this out. You could still get that. These were worthless. Final hit damage, 0.5%. 2% damage increase when I'm below a certain threshold. Or I can get a full extra 1% damage reduction. See, I'm still learning these builds, even while I'm explaining these live to you guys. That's crazy. God build right here. All right. So, if you guys have any questions, make sure to do it in the comments. But again, these are going to be your best builds for the Splatter Royale mode. Okay. And once again, just remember, um, pink fucks. Let's talk about that real quick too, where you want to put these. Okay. Let me come over here. When you are collecting chests in the Splatter Royale mode, it's very situational, and sometimes I do switch it up. But what you really want to do as Butcher, I never put any pink fox into melee. I don't need to. My tree has done so much melee damage, extra buffs for me that I don't need to waste my pink fox on them. So I do shields, stamina, and health. I'm literally just tanking. The RNG of the fast melee weapons will get me the damage that I need. Obviously, if I've maxed all those out, and now I'm still picking up pink fucks from dead bodies, chests, or rifts, I'm going to start pumping them into melee. But it is a last resort. Always max out your stamina and health. Always put 3 pink fucks into shields. Don't need to put 5 shields, only 3. Okay? Perfect. All right, so that is my explanation of the best classes that you guys can use for the Splatter Royale mode. Sorry, it's an unorthodox style of video. I don't really do video editing or anything. I just kind of wanted to record this on my Twitch stream and Twitch stream setup, I should say, and kind of just pump out some information. I'm also going to record one more video tonight, and it is going to be a tier list of the survivors and demons now that we have the new hotfix patch and all the rats out there can't use the leader or a glitch anymore. So, perfect. Thank you guys once again. I'm WeezyFMamba. Catch me over on Twitch live every single morning from 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And follow the channel. I play with followers. But right now, we're really grinding that BR mode. We got 46 wins already. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and have a great night.